If irony had a capital, it would be Aarey Milk Colony. Originally established for the Aarey Milk Factory, which no longer serves milk but continues to generate controversy. More than being a green zone, the region has turned into a banned zone for the fundamental right to practice religion, where Hindus have physical evidence and Muslims have circumstantial evidence of being denied religious freedom. Can a 999-year lease override the fundamental right to practice religion? Or can a dairy factory CEO override the divine? A peaceful and secular Muslim builder who allegedly advocates for brotherhood has not allowed any trace of Islamic identity. No mosque, no qabristan, no religious procession, no Islamic flag, and not even any celebration of Islamic festivals, while all Hindu religious structures are held with 100% legal means and proceedings. On the other hand, the Aarey Milk CEO has allowed multiple illegal mosques, has intentionally allotted a qabristan next to Hindu temples, and has even allegedly kept quiet against a Muslim individual as the caretaker of an ancient Hindu temple. At the same time, the Aarey Milk CEO, who governs more than 3,000 acres of land, continues to ban one of Mumbai's most celebrated Hindu festivals, ganeshutsav. They have banned the making of Ganesh idols, banned the selling of Ganesh idols, banned the celebration of ganeshutsav with tents or pandals, and even banned Ganesh idol immersion, also referred as Ganesh Visarjan, all under the conventional pretext of environmental protection. But where did religious and cultural protection vanish? Meanwhile, Royal Palms Estate, which is a private land with area of 240 acres, flourishes with the Ganpati Utsav at its main entrance since it was banned outside its boundary walls. A Hanuman Mandir managed by Aarey's tribal community, a Sri Vishwanath temple donated by a family, and a bungalow converted into the ashram of the late Guru Nirmal Singh Maharaj, popularly known as Guruji, mainly revered by the Punjabi community, is located exactly next to mansion of the Royal Palms founder. While Ganesh Utsav continues to be banned for the third year in a row, let's dive deeper into understanding what exactly is happening in Aarey. The religious battle of bans in the name of echoing secularism and environmental protection. Surely this isn't revenge politics disguised as governance.
In the intricate socio-cultural landscape of Aarey Colony, the unfolding story of the 240-acre Royal Palms Township, originally registered as Amar Parks and Amusement Private Limited, raises serious questions around spiritual inclusion, administrative neutrality, and the evolving nature of urban governance. Founded by Muslim developer Amir Nancy, the township has become a curious case of religious and ideological positioning. Notably, while Islamic festivals are reportedly banned within the premises, neither has there been any formal fatwa or public objection issued against the builder for restricting such celebrations. In contrast, Hindu religious practices, particularly the festival of Ganeshutsav and idol immersions, have faced continuous administrative resistance alleged under the guise of environmental concerns. Sources suggest that the decision by the Aarey Milk Factory CEO to decline permissions for Ganesh Utsav celebrations may be indirectly linked to the inability to challenge similar religious restrictions inside Royal Palms, since the Muslim communities are unable to fight with the Muslim builder for their own festival. This has raised concerns among some residents and observers who view the selective applications of rules as a suppression of Hindu cultural tradition. Moreover, the township has been known to honor the legacy of late Shri Balasaheb Thackeray, a revered figure in Hindu political leadership, by maintaining exclusive respect for Hindu sentiments and temples. The absence of equivalent religious representation for other communities within the same complex has only deepened the divide. As this complex narrative continues to evolve, it calls for a transparent, inclusive dialogue on religious freedom, urban pluralism, and the role of private townships in shaping community identity, particularly in the spaces as culturally layered as Aarey Colony. A significant contribution came from Crimeophobia, which supported the cementation of a 1.5-kilometer road to improve access for Hindu temples inside and outside Royal Palms, as well as for the citizens of Aarey, while 45 kilometers of roads elsewhere in Aarey Colony were laid without protest. this short 1.5 kilometer stretch encountered unusually aggressive oppositions, labeled by locals as the work of the road mafia and anti-Hindu activism. The road, now completed, passes several temples along its path, thus drawing further attention to the religious makeup of Royal Palms itself. Yet, deeper concerns persist. Controversy has risen around Muslim individuals seeking control over Hindu ancient temples. One such example is Zubair Ansari, a self-styled caretaker of a Hindu temple complex who has faced multiple complaints related to hurting religious sentiments, encroachment, and environmental violations through illegal debris dumping. Despite these serious allegations, Aarey police have reportedly refrained from filing an FIR. Ansari is alleged to have connections with the Royal Palms builder and is said to have married a Hindu tribal woman, mirroring the personal life patterns seen within the builder's own family. He is also accused of receiving backing from the Muslim builders to engage in illegal acts against Hindus while conveniently avoiding legal consequences, since law enforcement seeks to act only when public order is disturbed, not when organized crimes take place quietly. What makes the situation even more curious is the religious landscape inside Royal Palms. Despite being a Muslim owned estate under a 999-year lease, it houses only Hindu religious structures, three in total: a Hanuman Mandir, located where a golf course once existed, a temple donated by an individual near Thai Villas, and an ashram situated adjacent to the founder's bungalow, regularly visited by spiritual seekers and high-profile devotees. No Islamic structures or festivals are permitted within the estate. Notably, ganeshutsav is celebrated within Royal Palms, alleged initiated by a family member of the builder who soon after was mysteriously killed. Certainly, here's the sentence rewritten in clear and simple language. His death was officially said to be due to an accident or heart attack, but some residents and insiders suspect it may have involved foul play, possibly linked to religious or family tensions. It was reportedly said that his second wife accused the son from his first marriage of killing him. The son had married a Hindu woman and now holds a position in the Royal Palms company. Earlier, the founder Amar Nancy was removed from the company under police protection after divorcing his wife of over 60 years, reportedly over a dispute related to the same property. Could this be an internal fight among Muslims at large, or this Muslim family? Could the murder be tied to a religious disagreement within the community? These are the questions that remain open to interpretation. The absence of Islamic practices on the premises prompts speculation. Is this avoidance based on personal choice, fear of communal backlash, or calculated optics? Sources suggest that the influence of the late Balasaheb Thackeray, revered as a formidable Hindu leader, still casts a long shadow. It is believed that his legacy has instilled caution among the estate's Muslim ownership, preventing the inclusion of Islamic symbols or observances within the complex or the broader Aarey region, which is considered to have a strong Sanatani presence. Further complicating the picture is the marriage of the youngest Royal Palms heir to a Hindu woman, after which the estate saw its first Ganpati celebration. No Islamic festival has ever been permitted within Royal Palms, prompting speculation about whether this reflects changing values or a calculated form of communal branding. Meanwhile, a contrasting picture is seen in the actions of the CEO of the Aarey Colony, who has reportedly banned the celebrations of GaneshChaturthi in the public areas of Aarey. Citing regulatory and environmental concerns, the move stands in stark contrast to the open and celebratory religious environment inside Royal Palms. This raises questions about whether such restrictions represent fair governance or selective enforcement. Also notable is the emergence of the Royal Palm staff as caretakers of Hindu temples in Aarey Colony. This cross-religious role has raised eyebrows, with critics questioning whether it signals inclusive secularism or a strategic bid to influence Hindu religious spaces under the guise of neutrality. These developments bring forth several pressing questions. Why are certain Muslim individuals or groups, such as Zubair Ansari, actively seeking control of Hindu temples while showing no interest in establishing or prompting Islamic structures in the same area? Is this a case of internal community politics or an orchestrated form of socio-religious control? Why are illegal mosques and makeshift religious structures reportedly being built across Aarey Colony without opposition while Hindu religious initiatives face administrative resistance? Is the absence of Islamic representation within Royal Palms a case of strategic silence, internal conflict, or a self censorship designed to avoid controversy and maintain influence? Adding another layer of complexity are the legal and zoning concerns surrounding the land. As per the Government of Maharashtra's letter dated October 1994, the land falls under a no development zone according to the sanctioned development plan of Greater Bombay. As such, construction is governed by the Regulation 60 of the Development Control Regulations 1991 with no subdivision permitted and the land to west with a single owner. Despite this, in 1998, a portion of the land was reclassified as a tourism development zone, allowing for 65,000 square meters of floor space index, along with ancillary areas for hotels and resorts. This led to the approval of commercial projects like Palm Tower, Palm Villas, and Imperial Palace by the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. Allegations also state that more than 20 acres of forest land was illegally burnt to build film studios within the Aarey Palms estate, raising serious environmental concerns. On the surface, Royal Palms may appear to be a model of peaceful coexistence. However, the silence surrounding key decisions, unregistered complaints, and the mysterious absence of one religious identity while the other is curated with precision point to more than mere coincidence. In a city known for its diversity, why does Royal Palms restrict its own community's religious expression while embracing Hindu traditions? Why are public Hindu celebrations like ganeshutsav prohibited in Aarey's public spaces by government authorities but permitted within the private Muslim-owned Royal Palms? The most haunting questions perhaps is, are Muslims in Royal Palms divided among themselves to such an extent that they choose to suppress their own religious practices in exchange for authority over Hindu temples and cultural symbols? Or is it simply that these caretaking roles serve a larger unspoken strategy? Whether this is a carefully calculated display of strategic secularism or an attempt at cultural gatekeeping remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that Aarey Colony and Royal Palms stand at the crossroads of a larger conversation on land, faith, and influence, where silence often speaks louder than sermons. The contradictions continue, especially as the Ganesh Utsav approaches and the CEO of the Aarey Milk Factory maintains a ban on celebrations and idle emotions, forcing many to ask, is this interest being silenced being maintained?